to charge that thing, you know? Like, at what point do you just get a new phone?
Never. It still works, kind of.
Dirt, dude. And I get it.
Come on, tag me.
It's not live yet. I'm going to put you in it.
Oh, my God. How are my people going to find it?
What's your name again?
Chris Jones.
God damn it.
Welcome to the NEPA Scene Podcast, the only live streaming face-to-face arts and entertainment podcast covering northeastern Pennsylvania, offering a true alternative voice in local media. We're coming to you from the NEPA Scene studio underneath Center City Print in downtown Scranton. I'm Rich Howells, the founder and editor of NEPA Scene. Summer Costco is behind the scenes in the producer's chair, and tonight we're here with local comedians Ryan Manzo and Ryan P. Flaherty. They will be performing at the inaugural NEPA Comedy Fest, which takes place over 6 different venues in Stroudsburg on Friday, October 3rd through Sunday, October 5th. So we're going to talk about preparing for this massive festival that features 16 different shows. They're not doing all 16, but you know, they're doing quite a bit. How they workshop and develop their material, their story about going to Kill Tony show. And this Ryan here getting picked to perform in front of a sold-out crowd at Madison Square Garden, learning improvisational comedy with Electric City Improv in Scranton, working on unique shows with Don't Tell Comedy and the Scranton Fringe Festival, building up the local comedy scene, how podcasting has changed comedy, and much, much more. We got plenty to talk about, but we want to hear from you in the comments down below. So your questions, your comments, anything you want to add to the conversation, make sure that you leave it down there so that we can get to those later on. Also, there can be only one Ryan allowed in the local comedy scene, so by the end of the show, we're going to let them battle to the death on camera to determine the supreme Ryan.
Thank you.
So place your bets in the comments of which one you think will reign supreme.
No contest.
And before we dive in, I want to thank our sponsor, Center City Print, who provides us with this great studio space. Use promo code NEPA Scene for 10% off on centercityprint.com. And I don't have the clip ready, even though it's right there. We go. Center City Print can bring your ideas to life in 4 locations: Scranton, Old Forge, Kingston, and Hazleton. These one-stop shops are locally owned and operated, offering high-quality printed products, copy and print services, and design solutions to help you, your small business, your nonprofit organization, your band, your art project, your event, or any venture thrive. Use promo code NEPA Scene in person or online at centercityprint.com for 10% off. All right, gentlemen, if you could start off by introducing yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been doing comedy, that sort of thing.
Sure, I'll go first. I'm the dominant Ryan. It's going to be clear by the end of this. I'm Ryan Manzo, local Scranton stand-up. About 2 years in this past summer, so we're getting there. We're cooking up. I'm really funny. A little bit more about me. I have about 20 years experience making bread, like sourdough. I have a really great sourdough starter. What's funny about that?
Nothing, I just appreciate your dedication to bread and bread arts.
Thanks. Besides comedy, I'm just an all-around good stand-up comedy citizen. I make videos sometimes. Yesterday, I reviewed Wendy's chicken tenders, and that was a smashing success.
What'd you think of them?
You kind of have to watch the review.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would,
shouldn't spoil it.
I guess, and it's already out by the time this comes out, so I'll say, not as good as I remember them. I remember them as a kid. I didn't know if I was in like some kind of like Mandela effect that like these tenders existed, but I remembered that they did because they had like these really wide dipping cups. You could just slap those things in there. But I got them yesterday, and they're just okay. They're better than the new McDonald's ones, so I'll put them right above those. So I do food reviews, obviously. I didn't want to mention that. I'm a little bit humble about that, but it comes out sometimes, you know?
Right. Yeah, you being a connoisseur and everything.
Of certain things, yeah. Like, I don't do, like, cakes or anything. Just different types of bread, focaccias, sourdough, with cheese in them. And that about covers it. Yeah. I do a lot of comedy. It's like 90% of it. It's mostly comedy. A little bit of video games in there. I don't want to touch much on that again, to be humble. That's me in a nutshell.
Well, now that I'm hungry, how about you?
Oh, hey. Hi, guys. My name is also Ryan. I'm the original Ryan. I'm also the cute one. I've done local comedy for probably like 7 years. I've been doing improv with Electric City Improv. I am a huge enjoyer of Ryan Manzo's breads. And
Okay.
I don't, he has to do all the food reviews because I don't eat meat. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but he does describe them in great detail to me, and I do sit there longingly, you know?
It's embarrassing in public to have to sit there and be like, it's good, like every bite, but yeah.
I need reassurance.
Right. He gets all the vegetables on our behalf. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
Sure.
All right, so because we've had this Ryan on the podcast, but not this Ryan before, I want to maybe start off, Mr. Manzo, to talk a little bit about maybe how you got started. So, like, when do you think your sense of humor started developing? Like, what influenced you maybe early on before you even got into stand-up? Maybe influence your sense of humor?
Everybody tells the same story as comedians. Like, tragedy starts comedy. So if you want to know where, like, my life really took a point that changed, that... kind of started making me lean into the funny to get over the bad stuff. My neighbors had a house fire when I was younger. I was probably like 10, 11 years old. Luckily, no one was hurt. Their whole house burned down, but it was on my birthday. And I got a dirt bike for my birthday. And I wasn't allowed to ride the dirt bike that day because my neighbors had a house fire. And this is serious. It was, it was like 50cc. It wasn't big. About a week later, I was finally able to ride the dirt bike, and my parents let me ride it around the yard. And finally, they let me take it out on the road after they figured I was good enough to ride it. I took like a good lap around the neighborhood, came back home, everything was fine. The next day, my mom found a bolt, or I guess a nut, that came off of the motorcycle. My mom put a two and two together that it came off the motorcycle, and she made my dad get rid of it. And I didn't get a birthday present that year, and that's sat with me ever since. So that was like when I was like 10 or 11, and then I was, funny after that. Class clown in high school. I got the little trophy. I used to do funny bits in high school, funny pranks. I really think my humor really kind of lies in like trolling and messing with people. For example, I used to do this prank in high school where I would get all of my books out of my locker, just a massive stack of textbooks. And I'd just walk in the hall and I'd find like an unsuspecting freshman. I'd get real close and I'd trip myself and I'd throw the books all over the place. And I'd make them feel like it was their fault. So I did that for a while, I went to college, did all that stuff. I think the first time I thought about doing comedy was right before COVID. There's like this post that comes up in like my Facebook memories, like they do the yearly thing, and it's like me like pandering, looking for open mics. It's just like any open mics in Scranton, because I was thinking about doing comedy, and there's just like one comic, it's the V Spot. Then like COVID happened, and I never did it over COVID. Not much was going on, and then after it stopped, I don't really know what was like the near driving force, but I just put a little set together, came to the V Spot open mic, and it was history from there. I went there a lot of times and ate a lot of shit before like other comedians were like, okay, you've gone through enough of this. There's some other mics you could go to. They just made me keep going. And now we're here. Yeah, I just kept going at it, and things got really, really good pretty quick. And now I just do comedy all the time.
Now, what motivated you to keep going and kind of push through that?
Ryan Flaherty.
Ryan was the first comedian that kind of bridged the gap for me between like the community and just like sitting in the corner at the V Spot until it was my turn to go up. That's for sure. I would say that like the second mic I went to was his original mic, the Spaceman in Wilkes-Barre. And it was like crazy intimidating to walk into that room and just see like 15 other comics. But it kind of gave me the motivation to see like what was possible and like a new perspective on it. Because like if you don't have like someone in your space to learn from, it's just like such a gap to sit there and just like watch like Tom Segura and be like, oh, I'm gonna be like that, and just like that's your model and like try to jump like that. And yeah. Also, I hate my life, so like comedy like kind of gave me like a thing to do. Like without doing comedy, I'm just a guy who plays video games. So I think every comic will agree that they just don't really care to do anything else. And now I have a personality. Now I have something to base myself in. You know.
So what types of things do you like to write about and talk about in your comedy?
It's genuinely all over the place. Like it's really just what I feel that week. I mean, Ryan will tell you there's been some weeks I come to the mic with just some far-fetched ridiculous things. Like I think the things that stick and I would call like, you know, regular material or a lot of family-oriented stuff. Picking on my grandma, for example, specifically, people love to hear about that. She's like super old, so it doesn't matter. And I guess observational. I really just bounce between being this like one-liner guy and this like more observational. Like I saw this crazy thing. Here's 20 tags about it. Yeah. I don't know. I guess a lot of just picking out the absurdities and normal stuff. And just being downright ridiculous and rude.
Now, how do you go about writing and developing a joke? Is there just
the short answer is I don't know. I wish I worked harder. Honestly, I don't know where it comes from. No, I don't know. I'm definitely more of like just try to live a meaningful life type person, and then things will come to you. Like something just sticks out. A lot of stuff in this, a lot of comics fall into this, just seeing stuff in the news, in the media, pop culture. It's like something obscure that happened, like a law change or some, you know. I don't know. I'll just pick out something weird like that, and then I'll put it in my notes in my phone and let it marinate there for like 2 weeks until I get a little desperate to write something, and I'll go back and I don't know. I think the jokes kind of just get born and kind of marinate in my head until I put them on paper, and somehow it works out. I don't know. There's like a bit of like disdain or I guess separation from me writing the joke and just like it happens. I don't know. It's just there.
So, Mr. Flaherty.
That's me.
Yeah. Last time we talked about your open mic, you mentioned it, whatever. Are you doing any open mic stuff currently, or have you moved on to kind of do some other stuff?
Yeah, well, we do. There's lots more mics now than when I started doing this basement a couple years ago. So there's a lot less need for it. But right now, there's a mic that I normally run going down the street at the Loft.
Right.
I hope they figured out what to do. No, we have
you
our
just
mom
blew them
stepping
off
in.
completely.
That would be weird
That
if they
would
just.
be really
I mean,
funny.
it's a microphone. It's not like somebody could plug it in, right?
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
They're adults. Yeah, so we've been running that once a month, and then there's tons of other people got mics. Angelia Petrillo has mics, John Bubble. Armand's also running another one at the Loft. So we have tons of different options, but I do run once a month down at the Loft, which is fun. It's nice when people come out for something that you're doing.
Yeah. And you've also gotten into improv.
Yes, I have. Yes, and
I see what you did there.
No big whoop, guys. I'm pretty much a professional. Literally right down the street from where we are right now. I've been getting to play with Electric City Improv on their short form and long form teams. I absolutely love my long form team, the B team. They're the best. It's been very fun. It's a totally different thing than stand-up, really. You should definitely have them on because it's totally different set of rules that you have to play by. You can't really have your dual screen action to prepare and then stress about these jokes. He went to a show the other day and he's like, "What are you planning tonight?" And I was like, "Literally nothing."
I was like, "Perfect, you're ready."
Yeah. Yeah, it's a totally different game, and I absolutely love it because it's so much scarier. Because I can't prepare. I love being able to know what I'm gonna do, and then it'd be entirely my responsibility to either pass or fail at it immediately. So now that it's a team sport, I feel like I can't let down the team. We got to win championships. You know what I mean?
Did they give you some kind of training first before they pushed you right in, or
yeah? Well, it started off. I saw they were doing open jams down at the Keystone stage.
R.I.P.
Yeah, rip. You need a moment of silence.
Yeah, I'm good. Carry on.
No, we started doing that, and then eventually we just moved over to AFA for a little bit. And we got a bunch of different teams together, and we've just been playing ever since. I mean, it's been maybe just a little over a year and a half. We started doing shows just a couple months in. So, yeah, it was a pretty quick turnaround. I still don't know what I'm doing, but it's fun.
So Electric City Improv has been going on for a little bit now, and they have their own little space.
Yes.
A little venue in downtown, across from the movie theater.
Yeah,
like right over.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there.
Pretty close to there.
Yeah, and there's shows every week, every Friday. Well, not this week with Fringe, but usually 7:30 for short form for all ages. If you have little ones that like comedy, my son's done it and he's loved it, and he still likes to come in and jam. And then a long form, 2 teams at 9, and that's super fun too. Don't bring the kids to that one.
Now, has that helped you? Any of the skills that you've learned there, has that helped your stand up or changed the way you do stand up at all? Or
I think so.
Kind of separate.
Yeah, no, I could just talk to people now, and I'm not like freaked out about it. You could just
it's got to help with the crowd work, I would think, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll just sit down and talk, and I realize there's zero pressure. It's not as scary as... We're talking now. You could just do it to a stranger. It's not... What are they going to do, fight you? That rarely happens.
Rarely.
And I'll take that chance, you know?
I've only had to get in between a comedian and somebody in the crowd at the V spot maybe twice, maybe 3 times.
One of those times might have been me. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
That was scary.
One of them was definitely Zach Hammond.
Oh, that checks. That totally checks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to scroll for hours to find that tonight. Give me a week.
Get a timestamp for me, Ryan. I need to see that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's fun. We could talk to people. It's a nice time.
The shows are great. I'm a big fan of the improv, unironically. I've been to probably like 10 of them now, and they really do a nice job. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. So we should definitely check those out.
Yes.
And now some stuff for both of you. So when you're putting a set together, what goes into putting a set together? Is there rhyme or reason between the way that you're putting the jokes together, and are you making different sets depending on what venue you're performing at or what show that you're doing?
Do you want to go first? Or?
Yeah, I'll go first. For me, I'm getting to the point where I have like a good 20 minutes of material that I'm like pretty happy doing wherever, which gives me the option now to kind of move stuff around and move stuff in and out. So definitely, yes. I learned very early on that once you start to kind of move up into the better shows, you're all of a sudden performing to middle-aged people, like people my mom's age, older. It's no longer like 20-some-year-olds in a bar, right? And so, like, remember the first time I went up in front of a crowd like that and I did, like, crazy, like, dick jokes, cum jokes? It just did not go well, right?
I do think I actually remember your first set.
Yeah, exactly. You remember what it used to be like. It used to be crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to level myself out. So, like, that kind of inspired me to be like, all right, I have to write out, like, a joke that, like, this is how I put it. Like, write a joke that your mom would laugh at, right? Like, that is, like, my relatability test.
Okay.
So without straying too far, yes, I do try to kind of alter my material based on the crowd a lot of times. And it's usually younger, older, really. I don't do, like, a lot of race or political stuff, so I usually don't have to navigate that. And I try to keep it fresh, too. You know, there's only so many people that you can perform for. You know, people have seen me before, so I like to, try to mix new jokes in and stuff. And I guess what I find most important and also difficult is trying to find a through line. It's really easy to just write a bunch of like quippy jokes that like kind of like don't really follow like a sequence, but like once you could kind of like make something that makes sense and transition, it just makes your set so much better. That's what I'm always going to. If you're a comic like Ryan, you could just do like 500 random jokes with no transition.
Yeah, I was gonna say through lines.
It really
Fuck
doesn't matter.
those,
You
dude.
can just like write them down in a notebook in order, just read them off one by one.
Nah.
Did you want to get into your?
I honestly, I was gonna say, I just typically do all of the race and political stuff that Manzo won't do. I just take
That's
all
where
of his
my
bits.
B tier material goes.
Yeah. No, I agree with pretty much everything you're saying, where I do have different jokes and different sets for different groups of people, young, old, Ryans. I do have break it down.
The stakes, to be completely honest.
I do like I break it down into different sections of different things. Like I like to start off by like making fun of myself or like addressing the room or doing a little bit of stuff like that to like personalize it, make people be like, okay, he can make fun of himself, and then it kind of disarms a lot of people where you're like, that's fine, you can make fun of me now. And then if something crazy is going on in the room, I like to address that right at the top.
Right.
And then I do like to break it into sections where I do like a middle section of like jokes that are pretty much 90% hitters, mix in between those the new stuff, and then close with something memorable. I like it to be like an up and down adventure ride where it's different volumes and you're a little bit on edge about it, because people remember that if you give them something other than just the straight jokes straight through. But and to stay hydrated, you have to stay hydrated when you're writing your jokes.
Right. Now, I don't want to pry or anything, but you don't think you've had enough of those yet? The high seas, like, is that?
You're right, Rich. I'm really excited for this festival.
Okay. All right. I'm just
this
checking in on you
Yeah.
as a friend. Making sure that you're okay.
It's a Wednesday. It's Wednesday somewhere.
Right. You gotta hump day. Yep.
I have heard that before. 40 calories a piece. It's not that much.
It is lovely weather. Yes.
So I will say this. I'll share this with both you guys. Jerry at the V Spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course.
He has. We have little conversations here and there. Sometimes when I come over to get water or drink or something like that, he'll be like, oh yeah, that one was good or whatever. And to get the Jerry approval, I feel like you have to be really good, and he has approved both of you.
Oh my gosh!
At one point or another.
All those tips have paid off.
Yeah,
I'm slipping them 20s on waters.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
We'll be putting that in my bio. Thank you, Jerry. Go Pack Go.
For real.
Yeah, no, he thinks you're both very good. So, I'd take that as the highest compliment.
Aww.
That means more to me than like if a booker walked in here. It's like, nice set, man.
I was gonna say because he sees the realness of actually trying to perform in a Scranton bar.
Paying attention.
Yeah. Whew.
Now, on that subject of writing jokes and stuff, you ever write a joke that like I find it's comedy is I have so much respect for what you guys do. Because I feel like it's so difficult in terms of being a performer. When you're a musician, if you've got a good song and most people go through it or whatever, but like with jokes, it's like, you ever have a joke that could land in one room and then completely fall flat in another, and then you're like, okay, and I don't know what to do with this joke. Like, is it a good joke? Is it a bad joke?
Yes, we've been talking about this.
Dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
We've both been having the same issue with different jokes, where one room we go into and it murders,
Weird,
and then nothing the next room, and yeah, it hurts your ego quite a bit, I would say.
Yeah.
It's more confusing than anything, yeah. Or like if you've been doing a joke for a year and it does well all the time, then all of a sudden it doesn't fall well. We did a show a couple weeks ago with a more intimate crowd, and there were two people in the crowd that they were enjoying my set, I don't know if they were like really like taking what I was saying at face value very hard. But I got it's this material about pranking my grandma. It's like one of my staple jokes. It always does well. At least one of the 3 bits of it gets a laugh. I've never offended anybody more than these people that thought I really prank my grandma. Like, Graham, if you're watching, please tell them at home I don't really do these things to you. No, she's in bed.
No, it's so funny because I watch that joke hit so often, but I could hear them in the room turn on you as soon as I hear them go, nah. And then as soon as you said anything else, they were like, no, like audibly, not like you could tell, like they were saying
literally saying no.
Yeah. Whew.
But at that point, like, I have a real problem where when I piss people off, I'll double down. So, like, I assured them, I'm like, ma'am, well, I don't want to say that, but it was 2 females. I was like, ma'am and ma'am, I know that, like, you, like some of these things I'm saying are harsh, and, like, you know, you have to understand with comedians, certain things I'm saying on stage aren't true. In this instance, this part is true.
That's why.
They really didn't like it. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm sure every comedian goes through that where they're like, man, this joke doesn't. If you want to talk about someone who goes on with that all day, it's Chris Jones. He is so uptight about this joke works here, it doesn't work here, and like the joke will work 10 times, then the one night it doesn't, he's just like, dude, that joke was terrible this whole time. I'm like, no, man, it's just, I don't know. You can't always be in other people's psyche and mentalities and have the same perspective that you think that they have of you. So just gotta roll with it and move on to the next joke, really.
And go to different rooms.
That's
like,
true,
you
too.
have to do that as a comic, because you're going to see so many of the same people over and over again. And when they keep hearing the same joke, they might get that it's a good joke, but they're not going to laugh anymore. Like,
right. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta have that refresher every now and then where you tell a joke to somebody new just to reassure that it does work. And that's where the confidence keeps up, I think, is when you can get that over on a new audience and you're like, okay, yeah, that was the anomaly when it didn't work.
So where are some of the best rooms that people can go to check out local comedy? Like, where is it all kind of happening right now in terms of the Northeast PA area?
all over. I mean, he runs a great room at Gino's. That is a wonderful time. The room is set up great for it. I like to do a couple different venues with my friend Jeff Nye with Under Brown Pants Booking, and we have like a VFW, which is perfect. It's a great room, and we do various little shows. And there's so many things popping up right now. Burnt Norton with Ange. We're in talks with a bunch of different places to do stuff. Honestly, it's very spread out. If you want to do comedy, you have to talk to the comedians, because we could tell you it changes constantly.
Yeah.
You know, it's not always like, oh, this room will have one every single month.
Which is why, you know, because I had this conversation with comedians on this podcast before, but like you said, it always changes. So I want to keep people up to date. Like if you're watching this now or within a reasonable amount of time, this might be one thing. And then, you know, if you watch this a year from now, it might be completely different.
Right.
Oh, it absolutely would be. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, if you're at home and you're looking for comedy, the best thing is to follow the comedians, you know, follow their posts. NEPA Scene's posting stuff too. And
if you really like comedy, I hear there's some sort of festival going on.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking about going down.
I should look into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll look it up after we're done.
You so are you guys doing any shows maybe in Stroudsburg coming up?
I have done some shows in Stroudsburg in the past at Newberry's Yard of Ale. I hear that they are the main sponsors of the NEPA Comedy Fest coming up.
Ah, yeah.
And I will be doing, I believe, 5 shows there this weekend in Stroudsburg over the next 3 days. So, yeah, to answer your question, cat's out of the bag, guys.
Yep, we can't hide it anymore.
There's a comedy festival.
Yes.
It's
Get
going
excited.
on this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Stroudsburg, Newberry's Yard of Ale, Vault, 36, number 636. I don't know, whatever the address.
You're doing great. Saloon Signature Bar.
Yes,
Bloom.
yeah, we're gonna be at Pickle
Me
Fest.
Poconos.
Pickle Fest in the Poconos. We're gonna be there.
Crossover.
Some family-friendly comedy, eating some pickles, hopefully fried. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, Rich, honestly.
Right. Well, you can go to nepascene.com right now, and there is an article all about NEPA Comedy Fest.
That's so convenient.
I know, right? It's almost like we planned this to tie in with everything.
Hey, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, this does work out, yeah.
We talked to Jessica Delfino, who kind of came up with this whole concept, and this Chris Jones guy. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Who?
I have, yeah. He's right tackle for the Chiefs.
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs, yeah.
Yes. I don't know why we talked to him. He really had nothing to say about comedy at all.
Yeah,
Celebrity
weird quote
status.
for comedy, yeah.
But, we threw some quotes in there anyway.
That's so sweet of you.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste his time completely.
No, that's.
I'm sure he
good use
appreciates
of
it, yeah.
So why do you guys think it's important to have a local festival specifically dedicated to comedy?
We don't have that. Otherwise.
Good point. That's a great point, yeah. Any festivals that you're talking about are going to be Philly, New York, New Jersey. There's nothing anywhere up north. So there's definitely a need for it. I think it's great to be able to showcase comedy. I think it's great to show the community that comedy exists, and we're all willing to come out and do these shows, and there's a lot to offer. And it's fun, man. I think it's fun for us. I think it's it's great for the comedians to meet each other, do a lot of networking, get some shows. Everybody's getting headshots that's on the festival. And I think it'll be great for the town as well, because right now in Stroudsburg, Jess is the only one doing regular comedy. I mean, we have John Greer as well doing the Sherman Showcase, but that's like pretty sporadic. Jess is doing a monthly show that's currently on hiatus for the festival this month, but that's also at Newberry's Yard of Ale. And yeah, I think it'll be great. The area is great. Everything's right on Main Street. It's a college town, and a lot of foot traffic on the weekends and stuff. I don't see any negatives, really. I mean, what's the bad part,
You hate laughing.
If you hate laughing, do not come.
If you're miserable...
I want everyone to come, but if you hate laughing, you're just not going to like this.
But before we get into it deeper, I just want to say absolute shout out to Jess and Chris for absolutely destroying the planning on this. They did so much work. Yeah. And we've kind of just been beautiful faces. But no, I'm really happy that they brought us in, because just to see all the local people and the people outside of our area that had so much interest in it and a fest for its first year, just believing in something like that is really cool for comedy. And I think we have a really nice growing scene, locally and then right outside of our area. And it's a really cool time that we actually get to showcase it in a cool way with a lot of out of city talent and cool shows, concepts, and it really has something for everybody that of any sort of interest in comedy. We have improv there. We have crowd work show, one-liner contest, a heckle show.
Yeah, a lot of experimental and alternative comedy going on, and that really leaves something for everybody. If you're that guy who likes to get hammered and yell it at the show, we have that for you. You go to the Heckle Fest.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm locked in for that.
It's going to be great. It's one of the free shows, which is awesome. Free to get in. The audience is going to be not only welcome, but encouraged to yell out during the sets, to make fun of the comedians, to start arguments. There will be no rules, because I will be there setting the rules in referee uniform. And yeah, that'll be great. If you like to talk to comedians but you're not an asshole, we have the crowd work show. That's a new concept that we all kind of threw together, where as a crowd member, you'll put your name with a little bit of information in a bucket, and then the comedian will pull names out of the bucket and then start a crowd work conversation with that person. So that's an experimental concept that I don't see working anywhere else, and I think that'll be another fun show. That's another free show, just to encourage the crowd to come in there and make the whole thing work. And then we have a one-liner contest, pretty straightforward. We have 16 comedians going bracket style. One joke each per round. I'm hosting that. That's going to be cool. We're going to have some cool prizes for that as well. That might also be a free show. If not, it's going to be cheap, $5 to $10. Most of the shows are ranging from the lowest is free. The headliner show is $25. We also have a general pass for every show except the headliner shows. They'll get you in everything. That's $35. And if you're a big baller, you want to go to absolutely everything, all 3 days of the weekend, headliner shows, special shows, etc. We got the VIP. That's $100. Can't beat it, honestly. $100.
You're not going to get more comedy for that.
You're going to get some swag with that as well. You're going to get, preferred entry and seating and stuff. Can't beat it.
Now, what do you guys think is, and this is something that I asked them for the article too, so I wanted to kind of get your take. What do you think is special about comedy and comedians in Northeast PA? Why do you believe that it deserves a spotlight, or what is interesting about these comedians that you think makes them unique?
I mean, I think we're in a cute little incubator here. We're close enough to like other scenes to like go out and interact with them, see their rooms, get to do shows with them. But like we're kind of isolated here in a good way, where we're still pretty close to Philly, pretty close to New York. So we have like the ability to go to big cities, but we have like a nice little zone where we could grow, and we've been able to grow for a long, long time. And I think it's let people like learn in like comfortable rooms how to find their own voice and become unique, interesting comics. Because we do have a lot of very cool, interesting comics from this area. And I think a huge aspect of that is because we've been kind of like away from all of like the bigger city stuff where it's like harder, and it's you don't have that time to figure out, I'm going to do this weird thing with a napkin, So I like what we have going on here. We're really friendly and supportive as a comedian scene, and I think that's been kind of huge as to where we're getting to grow into a neat little pocket of comedy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a perfect size where like you said, you're not battling with 100 comics in New York, but you also don't live in the middle of Minnesota when there's like 10 people. It could always be way worse. Like the fact that we even have a nice variety of open mics and shows that get attended, we really are great. Should be grateful, and we're lucky to have all of that. The way that things aren't that competitive because there's enough spots to go around if you're working, kind of makes it like Ryan said, kind of a welcoming environment. Like if you're a brand new comic, you can walk into a mic and hang out with the guys that have been doing it a couple of years. And I don't have a huge perspective on the rest of the world, but I imagine that it's not like that other places. I imagine small towns, people really struggle, to just be that one guy in your town that wants to do comedy and try to pull it over on everybody. Or, just being that New York comic who's one of 10,000,
Right. So I want to hear the Kill Tony story.
Oh,
There's
no.
got to be a story behind that. Now, did you guys go together?
We're both there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Mr.
right.
Sean Wheeler.
Well, how did this even get? Did you just find out about the show and just be like, "All right, we're going on a whim," or like, what was the whole idea behind it?
They pretty much planned it, and I just dropped every conceivable ball the whole time.
Okay.
I literally, I woke up late. I looked right past the parking when we pulled up, and I was like, nah, it's not there. Keep going. Extra 20 minutes in the city. I made it show up super early because last time it was like, there's already a line at 9 a.m, so we tried to beat that. We were out there with one lunatic in a lawn chair for a couple hours.
So you've been there before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We went last year, so we had like an idea of what it was like and what to do and stuff. It wasn't completely out of the blue.
Okay.
I dropped my fucking Jamba Juice, my first ever Jamba Juice, all over the ground.
You really did have a terrible time.
And then I happen to fucking get pulled, and I'm like, wow, fucking of course, yeah, yay! Everybody's gonna be super thrilled that the guy that almost ruined the whole day got pulled.
No, it was really. I still don't really believe it. It was so like in my dreaming situation, because like. The way it works is he's on the stage pulling the names out of the bucket, and he gives that name to an assistant who goes and writes it on a big whiteboard, and then runs all the way around, and then runs up to the section of comics and holds it up, and then that's what you see who's going to be up next. And I just can't stop replaying in my head just like this like slow head turn where I see people yelling and I just see Ryan beat Flaherty on this board. Like, I literally couldn't believe it. There's no time to react because you got to fucking go. You don't know if you're up in 2 minutes or 20 minutes because like this show's schedule is like always changing. Oh my God. And like that like 10 minutes of anticipation by the time he like left the section and actually went on the stage, dude. Oh my God. I might have been better for me than it was for him, honestly.
Yeah, they were really fucking scary
all
back
the
then.
fun without having any of the stress. Right. You know, like I just got to kind of live through him. Still doesn't feel real. And the fact that he killed it too. Like he did really well. Like it's so
Stop it, Ryan. I'm gonna be the winning Ryan tonight if you keep talking like that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be the winning Ryan, and that was kind of decided already.
Whatever, dude. Say more nice things about me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it was such a weird perspective hearing a joke that you like hear in an open mic with 5 people in a room with 18,000 people, but it gets the same reaction. Like you're talking about like, does my joke justify? That's the ultimate justification.
Yeah.
Right? If it works at a full Madison Square Garden, I mean full, dude. There were so many people in there.
Yeah, I believe it was sold out.
Yeah,
That's
sold out, just about filled up.
So, for those who aren't familiar with Kill Tony, could you just explain the premise real quick as to how it works and like what it is? Yeah.
So, a lot of comedians sign up for the show. They bring like famous guests on. And there's a panel. They pull names out of this bucket, and if your name gets pulled, you get to do a minute of comedy, and then they talk to you afterwards. And then they basically grade you as a performer. They're like, get out of here. You get a small joke book if you're fine, big joke if they like you. And if they love you and want you forever, they give you a golden ticket.
Okay. So you get your name pulled. What's going through your head at that point?
Well, you ever see the picture of Chris Jones where he's really excited jumping like that? As soon as I saw my name on the board, I did one of those, and I didn't believe it. I kind of shut my brain off the whole time, and they're really like strict when you go back there. They're like, stand in this circle, don't touch the performers. What was I gonna do? Like squeeze? I don't know. Never mind. Yeah, no, they were like really like they did not do anything to put you at ease. But they did give you a water with a cap, which if you've ever gone to Madison Square Garden, they always take the cap from you.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm beating the man here. So I got to.
Why was that?
Because they think you're gonna throw it or something. Like you don't have a bottle. I don't know.
I don't understand that. Yeah, I had a water and I didn't realize that they took the cap off of it. When I put it down, I spilled it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, it was very unreal just to be on a stage that size. So like when I was up there, I kind of just shut down. Like I knew I could do a minute of comedy after doing it for so long. It was just like you don't really ever think you're actually gonna get to do things like that. So
right. Do you have a plan? Like, did you guys have a plan in your head? Like, if I get picked, this is the minute that I'm doing.
Every comedian has to Kill Tony.
Okay. Everybody does.
And they do it in their head in the shower, and then they play the cheers in the background for themselves, and they like. Think about Tony going, you get a big joke book or whatever. We all do this on a daily basis.
Unbelievable. Yeah, everybody does.
Ryan P. Flaherty. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, I think whether you super think about it or not, you kind of have to know because it's a minute.
Yeah.
If you can't do a minute and be ready for it.
And
yikes.
In your head, you think you're gonna crush. Like I had like a sick dog joke plan that I was gonna do. I was gonna crush. I'm not gonna spoil it out here, but like it's just like
it's killer.
It's just a really good like Kill Tony quick style joke. So I think everybody in that section knew exactly what they were gonna say. Okay. Whether it was good or bad.
Well, I don't know about everybody because we saw some people do sets that clearly were not that planned.
They're really bad. Yeah, I don't know if you skip through the whole episode.
So I happen to watch the whole thing. I've only seen bits and pieces of Kill Tony over the years. Right. For me personally, it's not my thing. But a lot of great people have been on it and that sort of thing. So I've seen a lot of clips and stuff like that. This was the first time that knowing that you were on, I was like, I don't watch the whole thing and like see how everybody does and stuff. I couldn't believe just how many, especially people in a row leading up to you, were just bombing. bad. Like it was like
rough.
Yeah, like I couldn't just a number of them. I was just like, where are we getting to the good stuff here? It was like, oof.
It's also scary, too, because he always goes, who likes when people do good on the show? And people are like, eh. And then he goes, who likes when people do bad? And everyone's like, fuck yeah, Riot killed him. Like,
right. Well, the even if you look at the reviews, like online and stuff like that, the reviews for that special are not good. Like,
I know.
There's a lot of people who are like, yeah, this one was not...
Yeah.
They did not get the right people or whatever. But it was interesting that... they don't really like necessarily, because this particular show they taped for Netflix, so they had it on Netflix so that people could see it at home, and I had never seen it in that on that format before with like the lights, the cameras, all that kind of stuff. Does that make it more intimidating than it would have been already to be in front of that, or that just all kind of blend in? You don't really think about that.
I think it would have been a lot easier had it been in a comedy club.
Yeah.
Because it's not meant for randos to go up there and appease a mass of people.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, it tends to be when they do the arena shows, the bucket pools are kind of just like... good luck, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, so it doesn't really...
Sure.
It seems like you're much more at risk of having a bad time than in the normal comedy club.
That makes sense.
But it did frazzle me, for sure, because I once I did the minute, I was like, I don't even know where I'm at right now. Like, my brain was just on autopilot.
And you got one of the joke books, right?
Yeah, I got a big one.
You got a big joke book.
I'm allowed to do comedy still.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Papa Tony told me I'm still able to, so...
Have you? Are there any good jokes in the book? I mean, what is the book like?
It is a blank book.
It's a blank book. Oh,
yeah,
so you write your own.
He didn't
jokes.
give me any cheat codes or anything.
Oh, okay, all right. I was thinking maybe there's like those classic old ones, with
Knock Knock.
Yeah. There's a book of dad jokes. There's a book of knock jokes. There's a book of they pick a stupid subject, animals or something.
Right.
And it's like really dumb dad jokes.
I love those.
Yeah.
I think it's more like one of those Harry Potter books. Like after you get a certain level of comedy, it fills itself out. It just fills it with
But
some top riddle shit. That's Harry Potter.
Well, it shows too how fervent the fans are because within the special had only aired for a few hours on Netflix at that point. Like it wasn't even in our time zone yet, and I already had people on YouTube because I have some videos of yours from years ago from the open mic, and there was a bit where I was kind of cutting some of the sets out that I thought were better and just kind of uploaded them to YouTube, and people were like, where's the rest of this guy's stuff? I want to see more. I had a whole bunch of people on YouTube out of nowhere just commenting on every Ryan Flaherty video that I had.
Where the fuck are they right now? I could have used a little bit more of that.
Right?
Tell me that I'm pretty, guys. Come on, I need this.
So I uploaded more.
Yeah, I know. And I saw you doing that. I was like gonna cry. I was like, oh my god, you're so sweet.
I thought, well, if that's what the people want, right?
My first thought too was I was like, I saw that, and when you said that to me, I saw the views on that, and I was like, oh no, they saw like an open mic set from like 4 years ago.
Exactly. Like,
I'm like, that's rough.
Right.
Like, oh my god.
That's why I felt bad. I'm like, oh, that's the only thing because they're not going to go through. They don't obviously know to watch the open mic streams,
right?
And then to go through hours of them to find the one person that they're looking for and everything else. They're just searching Google, and that's probably the first thing that comes up.
Gosh, you have the last one.
No.
I drank so many.
You got any left in here? All right, I'll finish these off. You could have that.
Sure, no problem.
Oh.
I had several, man.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Drive home on these.
No, my mom's picking me up after this. Hey, Mom.
I saw her drop you off on the corner.
If you
For
want.
the computer, that would be perfect right now.
Actually, yeah, I got, and just in case, I'll be right, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Whoa.
Just in case.
What's about to happen right now? Oh my god. The ugly duckling.
Sorry about that.
Pisces.
Did you just pull out an emergency high?
Listen, I've been to so many shows out of state, all over the place. You need to come prepared, guys, and that's really all I could tell you.
It's probably hot.
It is. It is uncomfortable. Nope, I don't want you to know what I'm drinking. I will commit that hard to it. Don't tell anyone. It's cold on everybody at home.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't been in a backpack for 5 months. Sorry, I'm back.
Okay. Should have took my box over there too.
So, so you feel good about everything you did there. Will you think that anything else could come of that? Are you capitalizing on your Kill Tony fame now? Are you telling everybody as seen on Kill Tony?
Rich, I turned down like 5 shows with people that wanted to do that. I was like, that's so gross. Here's what I'm like. I survived. I got out of there better than most of the people did. I can not like embarrassed. I also looked like not. Most people don't, even when they do well, it's not like a huge bump for them forever. I'm glad I got a cool credit, cool experience, but I mean, I'm going to do this probably from anywhere from a couple $100 to free French fries for the rest of my life. So I mean, whenever it happens, it happens. I'm cool with getting to do it and what came out of it. Oh my god! Here you go, little guy.
A little helper.
Huh? No, it's good for you. Vitamin C. Oh my god! Are you guys seeing this at home right now?
Is this on CGI?
What are you talking about? I don't see anything.
You're right.
Lovely weather we've been having.
I did do that. There was I had a band on the podcast a few years ago, and I had this on there, and I didn't tell them what I was doing, and I just bumped it really lightly every once in a while.
You're crazy, dude.
Yeah, and then just go back, and I played completely down the line. It doesn't move. What are you talking about?
It's the figurine, man.
You kind of got me a little bit when you first did it. I really thought that the high C was getting to me.
To be fair, I also didn't know that it moved.
Yeah. And you work here.
Hey.
Let's get to these comments.
Oh, what?
We got plenty. We got so many.
Chris 7 times. It's Chris Jones 7 times.
Yeah.
I keep hearing this name,
17.
but I don't even know who that is.
Let's see. Yasmin. Who's that?
What?
Hell yeah.
Oh man, she made my hat. And she lives with me because that's my partner.
Wow. She was wondering where all the high C went. Now it makes sense.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to buy more. I did clear out our high C drawer, which is something we do have.
Well, she does think one of these Ryans is really cute.
It's that one. We talk. Yeah, I know.
Oh, Chris Jones. Should we have invited that guy?
He's busy. He's very busy.
A Philly comic would never come here.
Yeah, he's
That's true.
outgrown
Philly
us.
comic. Yeah.
Right.
Hi, Chris.
I hope whatever you're doing is worth it, Chris. You could have been here.
Yeah,
you could have been this pillow.
This was you. This was
you
supposed
this
to be you,
whole time.
dude. My arm all the way around you right now, cozied up with the boys.
And then neither of us would have had a talk, Chris.
Yeah, we would have just sat here and enjoyed our time.
He did ask me earlier to ask you something. Yes, he asked you if has Ryan's life changed since Netflix?
Well, okay, that's a good one. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, so I do have lunatics message me things like, do you want to see my tattoos? Like, still, like, all the time. And yeah, they don't even follow me for, like, this. I just answer them, and I'm like, all right. Yeah, no, that's fun. I do have crazy people talk to me, and I did get recognized by my neighbor today, and that was pretty cool. And yeah, I mean a little bit, but I really think what will change my life is the NEPA Comedy Festival. That'll be October 3rd through the 5th. I've been looking forward to this since I was a little boy, and it's finally here.
The fact that you get to be a part of it. And
I think they really fell asleep at the wheel letting me do stuff.
Yeah, slipping through the cracks is sometimes, how you get through life. Just act like an ant.
Summer, did you see any good standout comments there?
Oh man.
Yeah, go ahead. Put them up there. You didn't.
All of it. This whole conversation was good.
Let's see.
I know he.
Oh wow.
He wanted me to throw something.
You were on Hulu, you said?
Tubi. It was Tubi. And yeah, it's about to go off, so you should probably watch it now.
I do like that pillow, by the way. Yes. I'm
a
big fan of that pillow.
This is sick.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But I could let go of it for a price.
What are we talking?
We'll see.
About 18 empty high C containers?
We'll see what kind of offers I can get in the comments.
Ah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yasmin, I want this pillow.
Christmas is right around the corner.
This could be yours for the lovely price of $1.99.
Chris says, Flaherty will not beat my goddamn drinking record. I will kill him if he does.
Listen to me.
That is a threat.
Even if I guarantee you I have more beverage in me right now than Chris ever has, okay?
Easily.
And I don't even care about the numbers. You don't understand. This is a small box, but it's a lot of juice in here.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think, Chris. This is my magnum opus right now. You're done. You're done, kid. He wanted to drink more. I said, no, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
I cut myself off.
I will puke shortly after this.
No one's going to be talking about you drinking the beers, and everyone's going to be talking about this.
I see. I won't ever even ask you for Ecto Cooler to come back. I would like to see the grape back in stores, but I could deal with just the orange lava burst. Please hit me up.
Humble request.
How many people not only bring 20 high Cs from their family fridge, but carry an extra one just in case? Just send me something cool.
A swag bag.
Yasmin, tag high C real quick.
A poster.
Yes. Brianna mentioned the most popular comedian in Scranton right now is what Tony Hinchcliffe
did say that.
How long did that title last? Is that still going on, or is that?
The best part about it was how immediately nobody gave a fuck about it. I was like telling my coworkers, like, "Yo, I'm gonna be on Netflix," and I hear them going, "Yeah, I need a new job. The fucking maintenance guy thinks he's on television." No, it's very cool. Like, I do have people like message me, but I mean, it hasn't been earth changing. I still have a lot of work to do. I think ultimately it got me closer, but I feel like most people in Scranton already kind of thought I was an okay guy, so it didn't like make me like people like. I've just been nice to everybody since I started.
Didn't put you at the top of the food chain there.
I think I've already been doing pretty well as far as Scranton goes, it wasn't really like there was much more I could.
I think when he said that, he was disrespecting Scranton. That's how I took it, because he had another comment earlier about, there's probably a lot of funny comics in Scranton. And I was like, yeah, there is. 7 of us. And we're all here.
Half of them are named Ryan.
That is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, technically, your mom came up with it before my mom came up with it, but...
you guys should start shaking some ass for me if you want the pillow.
Oh, man.
It has been suggested, anyway.
Well, I actually think if I do make any more sudden movements, I will lose my lunch. If you
I can hear him sloshing around over here. He is chock full of high C. He is brimming with high C right now.
I'm gonna have to sit in the car and breathe for a while.
yeah. Driving with all the windows down, AC blasted, fucking music all the way up. Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Yeah.
My A1C's through the roof. Help me.
Mr. Schwartz Dreamboat says he'd like to buy the pillow, the couch, and the Ryans. Okay, well, we're going to start the bidding.
Okay.
Down in the comments. We'll start at $1. $1, and we'll go up from there.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know. So, get your wallets out. Here's a controversial opinion. Bobby Keller says Bop and Barry is the best high C.
Whoa.
What's up with that?
I haven't heard that brought up in so long.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Would you argue that? Would you think Bop and Barry's the best? Or?
I'm going to say this. I like all the flavors. I'm fine with it. But I do enjoy the grape, and I'm really sad I can't find it anymore. If I have one suggestion, it would be to bring back the grape for me. The strawberry is pretty good, but Bop and Berry is on the same level. I believe it's not bad. I'm not mad about it, but it's probably the same level as the original Orange Lava Burst.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
I thought they settled the Orange Lava Burst Bop and Berry debate at the Geneva Convention years ago. I didn't know this was still going on.
No. In the outlying countries, it's still a hugely heated debate.
Well, the problem is when the religions started getting involved and picking the high C, that's when it got really complicated.
You really got to learn your history.
That's why Flash and Fruit Punch is controversial. I get it.
Mackenzie says orange high C. She goes orange high C.
Hard to beat.
Mm-hmm. But you know what, though? That's because that high C is also at the McDonald's, and it is not the same blend. That is not the same blend.
It is not.
McDonald's. And people think orange is the best just because they see it the most, you know?
Right.
That's
It's
true.
at every McDonald's, it's a confirmation bias. In reality, have you tried the grape?
That's what I'm fucking
It's
saying,
the grape
dude.
back, you know?
To bring the grape back, please.
Did you ever check their website? They have like a store locator
The
situation.
only thing you ever see on the social media is everybody saying, bring back Ecto Cooler. And I'm going to be the one I would like it back too. But if I could have one thing, give me the grape.
Maybe
Chris.
that could be your pivot. Yeah, maybe there's a ton of comedians out there that are already trying to get Ecto
No,
Cooler,
nobody.
but There's not.
All right. No, you can't give me the pillow.
I'm
back.
sorry, I actually misspoke. I misspoke.
You know what?
I just love Slimer so much that...
Can't beat the classics. How's the weather?
You know, if you go to like one of those places like Burger King or something and have like the Coke machine, like don't they have the grape high C there? Like you can.
It's not the same, though. It's not...
Yeah, the McDonald's fountain drinks, they do something different with those. That they taste different, like the Coke and everything tastes different from a McDonald's fountain than it does if you just go buy a Coke.
Yeah.
Like they do a very
That's a trade
specific
secret.
way.
You're asking them to admit a lot.
I can't
right?
So I'm
really-
assuming they do the same with the high C. It's got to be different there than it is coming out of the juice box.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't get high C from McDonald's. It doesn't feel right. It needs to come in a box.
That makes sense.
That's how you know he's real about
I'm
his craft.
such an OG high C guy.
I see snob.
OG high.
Not high. I'm not. I want everyone to enjoy it. I'm not snobby about it. I give my high C out freely and willingly.
Okay.
I've done it at shows.
Yeah.
I've taken pictures with people with the high C's that they've received.
Signed the box. I've received a signed box before.
Yeah.
Which was before the Kill Tony thing, so I kind of wish I saved it, but
Right.
in hindsight.
You sold it on eBay for like $1.
Yeah, exactly. Starting at $1.
Huh?
I got 12 going up tonight.
I'm waiting for those bids in the comments. Also, which Ryan is going to reign supreme when they fight to the death at the end? I need your comments.
Can we fight tomorrow? I'm a little bit full of liquids.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, we'll stream it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to put out there I could offer 11 different sourdough starters for free if I am the only Ryan here. I also want to get into breading.
That's fine, well and good, but I promise you, if you elect me as your Ryan of Scranton, I will let you guys play on my RuneScape Iron Man account.
No.
It's almost all the way maxed out.
He doesn't have that.
I will allow you to go through.
And I said I wouldn't freak out, but here I am freaking out.
You can walk around Lumbridge. I'll be there in the room so that I know that you won't change my password.
That's all you know.
No, there's the Grand Exchange. You can go down there.
On an Iron Man. Just stop. Just stop.
Listen, I go hard. I don't leave lumming. dude. I do all my work there.
All right.
That's how you know that I'm pretty good. But
He's making fun of me is what he's doing because I have passions, goals.
I get that sense, from him over there. Yeah.
Wow.
Smug bastard.
Wow.
On Netflix.
This is the best way to ever turn heel on anyone.
Change this guy.
Seriously.
Yeah.
End up in the credits.
Yeah.
With your little fake initial in the credits.
Fake initial.
Yeah. I'm not going to expose your government, but we all know what that's about. Just because I've been going around as Ryan G. Manzo recently, you think it's cool to put an initial in. I get it.
Is the G really there?
Yeah, it's a real thing, man. Whatever. We'll see.
So, let's loop it back in to non-high C conversation. Sorry.
It's fine.
No, it's not as interesting. But you guys have some other stuff coming up. There's shows involved with the Scranton Fringe Festival, comedy-wise.
Yes.
There's also these Don't Tell comedy, which I don't know if everybody's familiar with those. Have you guys done those before? Do you have any of those coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little. Well, let's start with the Scranton Fringe shows. Did you guys have anything coming up with that?
Fringe was fun. We
Yeah.
both did some last week.
We're in the middle of Fringe. We're in the,
we're right in the middle
second
of it.
week. So all of my shows were last weekend. We did Slightly on Fringe Part 1 I was on Friday at the Black and Brass, which is a beautiful new coffee shop downtown. I really enjoyed the space there. Ange Petrillo put that show on. Pretty cool turnout. It was cool to be part of Fringe. But that was just like a basic comedy show. I'd like to let Ryan tell you about the show that he's going to be on this upcoming week.
Well, not only did I get to, because I am the original Ryan, do 3 times the amount of Fringe shows that Mr. G. Manzo did.
That's true. That is true.
I got to do another Slightly Unfringed and then 2 shows with Electric City Improv, which were awesome. I do have the Psych show coming up on Friday. I'm sneaking in real quick. I'm so excited about that. That's going to be super cool. We do a set, and then a licensed psychiatrist is going to kind of pick us apart and make us probably hate ourselves a little bit. But that's cool, because I haven't had health insurance since I started doing comedy, so this is a little overdue.
That's why I'm mostly jealous. You get to see a doctor.
I'm I get 6 minutes of free therapy, and I get attention with it? Oh my god! Nah, I'm super stoked. That's a super exciting time. Also at the Black and Brass, super cool coffee shop. Yeah, that's gonna be super fun.
That was and currently still is Fringe Fest.
And I will also say, on the note of Fringe Fest, I got to see an excellent show by Ellen Doyle. I'm ready for the box at Fringe this year. Incredible.
She's great.
Oh my god, that was such a good show. Where were you, Manzo? Making sourdough?
Yeah. I mean,
Got
it's
it.
a humble process, but sometimes you have to put the time in. Moving on. We also occasionally do the Don't Tell shows. So if people don't know, Don't Tell Comedy is a nationally known, all over the country in big cities. They're doing speakeasy style shows, I'll say, where you don't know the lineup at all, and you won't know the location until the morning of, I believe.
Yep.
They do them in super cool locations that aren't necessarily meant for comedy. I've done yoga studios. I've done holistic shops. Rooftops, you name it. I've seen them on boats, just crazy things that you wouldn't expect. It is by far the best experience you get out of a comedy show in the area. They're bringing in nationally touring comics, great lineups every single time, and we're super lucky every time we get to do them because they're always great turnouts, great crowds, great show. And we couldn't exactly tell you if we had one coming up, but we might. You never know.
Who
when
knows?
Might pop up.
Go to every one until you see us.
I think they are bi-weekly on Saturdays.
Pretty much, yeah.
In the area, yep. That's just in Scranton. You could also see them in Lehigh, down that way, and now Binghamton, Syracuse. It's popping up pretty much everywhere. Since I started comedy, I've seen 3 different areas start doing them now. So definitely catch one of those shows, whether or not we may or may not be on them. Super secret. It does make it fun. Especially as a as a guest to the show. You never know what you're going to run into.
Yeah.
It might be a nice mix of locals plus a, super top secret comedian that just happened to be coming through on tour that stopped off, Someone from the Wisecrackers. A lot of times the Wisecrackers comedians that are there for the weekend might hop on the show, so you get, a really good value to see a touring comedian at some weird place in the garden center of Walmart behind the hoses. It could literally be anything. It's fun, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. The best professional comedy locally in the weirdest spots.
That's
Cool
the tagline for the
That's
festival.
yeah. I was like, he said everything necessary. I was just like, add something.
I was just reading the bio off the website.
So before we wrap up, we should tell you mentioned it in the comments with some crabs. So we should tell that story too.
The worst.
Yeah, the insanity that happened earlier this year. The NEPA Scene Fest that the guys at Smash Master Wrestling were very kind enough to put together for us.
Yeah.
So this is not anything to bash them or anything like that, because they did a great job and it was, super fun. There was kind of an incident that happened with the comedians during the day. And I kind of, even before this whole thing, as they were still in the planning process, I was like, not all, this, having done many things over the years, and other comedians, local comedians can attest, feel free in the comments. When you mix music and comedy and wrestling and all kinds of things together, sometimes things can get lost in the shuffle, or people come in and go like, what's going on? Like, somebody was just playing music and all of a sudden like some guy's like yelling jokes at me and I don't know what he's talking about. And
right.
Then, there might be some confusion as to what's going on and stuff. So I think that might have led to some confusion about how the show was going to happen and everything. So what happened with you in a crab costume?
Okay, I gotta stop you there.
Oh God, dude! Say that! Don't do it! Don't do it to him! Don't leave him.
It is not a crab. You can't say
lobster.
Crab, dude. Lobster, dude. Lobster.
Oh God, dude! I was so worried for you.
Lobster.
Lobsters are very bigoted against crabs. I would probably say they are racist against crabs.
Wow.
They do not like crabs.
It's
I'm not
true.
gonna say my crustacean.
Well, my
opinion
apologies though.
on air. Yeah, but I was never dressed as a crab. I would never be a. I was a lobster. I can't.
And the very best lobster. Such a good lobster.
Yes, very clearly a lobster with 8 arms.
Easily one of the best.
Top
lobsters,
choice in the cooler at Red Lobster. You would never pick me because you'd be like, that lobster wants to live. I can't. I would have to explain 7 stories why the lobster came to be. It really just traces back to emojis. I don't know. I used to just spam a bunch of emojis on things. Like when the emojis first came out, I was just dinosaur emoji, tree emoji, and stuff. And when I first started posting stuff about comedy, I was just doing random emojis. And one day the lobster just stuck. It just spoke to me. So I just started posting it everywhere, and it just became a thing. And so coming up to that show, since you said it was a wrestling collaboration with comedians, Ryan and Chris and I, this Chris Jones guy keeps coming up.
Can't get away from him.
We decided that we would do a wrestling theme for our comedy set, so that's why I was dressed as a lobster. We all had costumes. Ryan was a squid.
Squid Sterling.
Squid Sterling. Wrestler, musician. Makes sense. And Chris obviously had wrestling equipment on, but it was a singlet with the helmet and a mouthpiece. It was very ridiculous. I think the things that went wrong, everything you said was true, but the one thing you left out that was the biggest part is the weather.
Yes.
So it was raining on and off all day, right? I mean, fine for me. I'm a lobster. I was loving that shit.
Sure.
But for wrestling, you need the ring to be dry.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest issue was they were trying to kind of squeeze in the comedy while letting the ring dry and try to take advantage of when the ring was dry. So that just created a lot of tension and confusion. And like you said, comedy's already bad when it's outside. There's just the jokes go nowhere, the laughter goes nowhere.
The sound really has to be crisp and like right in your ear to get the jokes, really, to follow this. You know, somebody's leading you into a joke and they're telling a story. You have to hear every part of the story, otherwise it really doesn't make sense.
Right, and timing and delivery and stuff.
Right.
I remember when I did my set, I did like a long intro where I ran around the ring and I was so out of breath that I couldn't catch my breath the whole time. So like, I'm trying to yell these jokes. I'm just like. Whatever, the altercation. Get
to the good stuff!
Yeah, because I could sit here forever and talk about this. Chris is terrible and makes terrible decisions as a comedian. When he went in the ring, and this is really the problem, when he went in the ring, he just absolutely mangled the ropes. Like, he shook them so hard, and he did it for so long. And then he stopped, and then he got on the ground, and then he started shaking the ropes again. And that's a problem. That's something that you're not supposed to do as wrestling etiquette. Now, we didn't know that, but, like, we probably could have figured it out, you know, looking back in hindsight, you know, like, in the moment, the comedians didn't understand what was going on. Because what had happened is the owner of the ring came down and stopped the set, like, you know, stopped shaking the ropes and whatnot. And I started yelling at them. I had some people get in my face and stuff, just screaming, just random obscenities, you know. I think halfway through, both parties realized we're not really even that mad, but like the theatrics just kept going.
Yeah, right.
Like somewhere in there, like it was just like a bunch of mad dudes that just let off a bunch of steam all at once, and like by the time I was leaving that place, it just felt like we were doing like a wrestling situation. Like it felt like a run, you know. So despite it being NEPA Scene Fest, like they were really doing me a favor by taking care of a lot of the organizational part of it, you know. So I was just so you just
there to exactly, to show up and, you know, please sell some merch and, you know, enjoy everything and take pictures and videos and stuff like I always do. And I'm watching this from afar because I was talking to somebody, and then I see this whole thing going on, and I'm like, "Oh, this is a bit."
Yeah, dude, everybody thought it was.
Assumed, oh yeah, like the wrestlers and the comedians planned this, and this is a big joke and whatever. So then there's these like security guys that, I mean, I don't think they really needed to be there. Not
more or less checking tickets.
Yeah, exactly. And so they're like pushing you out the door in this lobster costume, the door, like, which there's so it's muddy as hell because it's been raining all day. There's tarps on the entrance there to try and prevent people from stepping in the mud. And I see you in this lobster costume being escorted out and then falling, like Pratt falling.
Yo, when you fell, I saw the face you gave me. You're like almost like winking.
And they get up and then fall again. And I'm dying laughing. I'm like, this is hilarious. Like, I can't believe they came up with this like that. You know, like, this is so funny. I'm thinking this whole thing has got to be a bit. Like, there's no way.
Right. We couldn't have thought of it any better.
Like, it literally like a Three Stooges kind of thing, you know, at that point. I couldn't get over it. And then I saw people actually being mad leaving, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, people are mad. So I'm like chasing after people, like, oh no.
Right.
I'm not laughing at you.
Because like the third party seeing it looked like a real altercation. In a way it was, but like if you were actually listening to the dialogue, by the end of it, it just got so ridiculous and silly that like we were literally like in the middle of like a wrestling bit. Like it just wasn't even like anger anymore. I was just like, you wrestlers couldn't take down a lobster, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's 8 of you, I got 8 arms. I'm just saying shit like that. And security's like, you really gotta go, man.
Dude, everybody watching you as you were getting to your car, like, bye-bye, lobster man! Holy shit, dude.
That was the other thing, too, is like, some of those people were dead fucking serious.
Oh my god, I've never
seen...
that
lobster guy.
Yes, dude.
Yes.
But how funny is that? They don't even know me. They just know the guy dressed as the lobster.
Yes.
Like, just this lobster fighting with a guy in a cheetah print thong. Like a one-lit. Like... It'll go down. It'll go down as one of the shows of all time.
It already has.
Yeah, but we patched it up with the wrestlers almost immediately.
Yeah.
There was no beef there, and maybe in the future the lobster will come back. I have retired the costume for now, but if you come to NEPA Comedy Fest this weekend, you might run into a lobster.
There's gonna be characters, I can guarantee.
I can guarantee there's gonna be a banana on the street asking questions.
Yeah,
about the festival, which is great. Yeah. I'm sure you've met Joey. Joey actually
Are we
asked me
allowed?
to
Is
say
this a
hello
spoiler?
to you. No, he's blatantly talking about
That's
it.
right. Yeah.
He started a new Instagram situation where he's doing interviews with comedians dressed as a banana. He puts the ass in potassium, or whatever.
That's his. Yeah. He's such a beautiful boy for doing what he's doing with it.
And he'll be at the fest interviewing as many comics as he can. He's trying to get like 40, 50 interviews in over the weekend. He's coming the whole weekend. So if you're there, even if you're not a comedian, go say what's up to the banana. He has some questions.
Tell him you're a comedian and you will get an interview.
Yeah, it'd be even funnier if you're not. Tell him you are.
I would like to see a couple randos sneak in. So if you just come to the show, I'll vouch for you. I want to see it.
He did mention that at the open mics a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he's been plugging for weeks, so...
So, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about, which we talked about when I had some other comedians on, Trisha Elliott, and John Bubble. What is you? And is this just a general? I'm just honestly interested in your take. Comedians have really the culture around comedians and how people consume their work and how they get their stuff out there and stuff. All of that is dramatically changed in the last few years. Where now a lot of comedians are known more for their podcasts than they are for their stand-up, which is I think is really weird and interesting in and of itself or whatever. But I guess what I'm asking is, do you think that's a good or a bad thing that things have changed so much like that stand-up isn't kind of what it was. When I was growing up, it was, you could watch stand-up on Comedy Central. They always had the Comedy Central Presents, and they produced hour specials, and they had albums and DVDs and all kinds of stuff. It felt like there was the stand-up format was really at a high. Because you were also coming off of HBO hour specials and things like that, and that was always a big deal to have those. And now you have the streaming ones, but it's usually only the really big ones now. And the podcasting has kind of become the general way that comedians communicate and stuff like that. I don't want to give my opinion yet, but what's your take on the whole podcasting thing and how comedians operate these days? I guess.
Oh, man. I mean, I think it's great for the business and bad for the art, really. As a stand-up comedian, I really just want people to like my jokes and my set and what I want to do on stage as the art. That's the thing that I care about personally. I think from a business side, it makes way more sense because you're going to have people passively listen to podcasts. It's just part of what we do now. Everybody listens to podcasts. So
yeah,
I think if you want to make a name for yourself, podcast is a great way to do it. I have no problem with podcasts. I listen to podcasts, but I think for the art, it takes way too much focus away from being a good stand-up comic on stage and what you're doing, and makes it more about just marketing yourself off stage, just as a person. And to me, that's not my favorite. I think I would have done a lot better pre-podcast, but it works.
It kind of appears that for a lot of people, stand-up comedians doing stand-up, being on the stage doing stand-up is becoming the secondary art. It comes behind being known for something else. And it's the comedians, but it's also just random celebrities, right? All four of the Impractical Jokers guys going on tour, right? You know them for the show, but you're coming to see them do the comedy. You don't know them for the comedy.
Right.
It's the same thing with the podcasters, people like Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, even Rogan, right? They're known primarily for their podcast at this point. They also go on tour and do stand-up. They're not known, like you said, it's taken away from the actual art form of being a comedian. Did you see the news? Theo Von a couple of days ago was in the news.
I did see that.
For his Beacon special.
Yeah.
So for context, he goes to the Beacon Theater in New York, great theater, to film his 40-minute special that's going to be on Netflix. Theo Von is obviously very conservative on his podcast. Really weird choice to do it in a liberal city.
Yeah.
So he had like a terrible audience, but when I look at that, I just see somebody who's like worried too much about their podcast because that's where the money is and pandering to what people want to hear on the podcast, and it takes away from their stand-up. And I see someone like that eat shit, and I'm like, good, eat shit, dude. Like, I understand I'm like a small-town comic talking about a nationally known comic, but like, maybe if you focused on your set instead of like being real quirky and finding these weird guests on your podcast, you would not have bombed for your special, you know? And at a certain point, are you even a stand-up comedian anymore, or are you just like this character online that does the podcast and is in the audience at UFC fights, you know? Like, you know, doing like small roles in D-tier movies that are coming out on Tubi. Like, at what point do you just want to be a comedian, you know? And like, that's like the type of comedians that I like, you know? Like someone like Dave Attell, for example.
Yes.
Never going to sell out. Never going to do massive theaters and stuff. Like, he doesn't want to do that. Just want to be in the room, do the jokes, have the career that he had because of it. And yeah, that's basically the consensus as far as that goes. It's fine, you know. It's all comedy is good comedy, I think, but it's hard to look at those guys and like be like, yeah, you're really putting the grind as a stand-up comedian, because it's just that gap is.
We got into a fight.
It happened. It was a draw. We've decided we will alternate weekends. One weekend I could have Scranton. The next weekend Manzo could have Scranton. And everybody wins.
I think it's fair. Joint custody of Scranton as Ryan.
Wow, that was an insane battle. Like that.
I know.
Sorry.
It was brutal.
I'm sorry about that.
Sorry to do
I
that.
didn't mean to
I've never witnessed that kind of violence before.
Comedy, dude.
We're serious.
I'm so sorry we had to bring this into such a professional environment.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to make a joke there. I didn't realize that you guys were really going to take it that seriously.
I mean, comedy is competitive, Rich.
There's only so many spots. It's weird when there's two Ryans on a show. I'm getting tired of it.
It happens a lot.
It happens I cannot get away from it, dude. My last 20 shows.
I'm glad we worked that out, though.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing us to do that here.
Oh, yeah.
Did you catch that? Does everybody got to see where I slammed him off the table and then he broke 2 teeth out and everything like that?
Crying.
And I'm pretty sure the cameras caught everything.
Thank God.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, because I mean, we were, 1 minute. I guess we shouldn't have brought up politics and things like that. Things get a little heated. Raises the temperature in the room. That kind of. Yeah. So that
It worked.
Maybe I'm partially responsible, so I apologize. But I'm glad you guys were able to figure things.
We're better
out.
people for it.
Yeah, we got a lot, and I'm sure we're gonna clip up that fight quite a bit for the next couple months.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Great content.
Oh yeah, that's we definitely have the footage. It definitely did not
Great.
cut out and drop everything out.
Thank God, I needed
Thank
that
God.
so bad.
Thank
so
God.
bad. Thank you.
You guys
still
are
have
gonna go viral.
Yeah.
This is gonna be huge.
I know.
Well, I was on Netflix, so I've been viral. Hulu. Sorry.
Get your credit straight.
Sorry, my fault.
Tony who?
Yeah.
This is gonna be. Yeah.
It's gonna be Ryan and Ryan.
Which is so weird. We should just fight again.
Let's do it.
Next week.
So yeah, sorry if anybody had any technical difficulties. It was probably on your end. It was probably your phone or something like that. But
Pay your internet bill.
Get better stuff.
Yeah, seriously. Obviously. Well, I mean, if you guys, were big ballers like these guys, because I mean, in comedy, you guys are all millionaires, right? Like, you make a ton of money off of this.
It's kind of gross. It makes me feel bad.
Right.
Living in this class of person.
Mm-hmm.
I work a day job just to humble myself.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Yeah. I need the social interaction to stay real, to stay rooted.
The relatability.
You gotta make jokes about something, right? So
Right.
might as well be like those people on the bottom.
Yeah. Ugh.
Right.
Yeah. Like the lower class. I mean, pretty much anybody who's just, not pulling in millions, really.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fucking losers.
Okay.
I get it.
Get out.
All right, so is there anything else we want to mention about upcoming shows or the Comedy Fest or anything like that?
Well, we always are doing fun shows all the time, so I would just check us out on Instagram. We definitely will post about them. But please come to our fest. Please come to this fest.
Yeah.
There was a lot of work that's gone into this by a lot of great comics, and there's so many great comics coming out.
The lineups are crazy. Truthfully,
yeah,
they're very good.
Yes, great lineups, great shows, and it's truly
Carefully curated comics from all over the country. Outside of the country, we have a guy from Canada.
Yeah.
They let him in here.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna let him in here tomorrow for the festival.
Just for this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. We're really bridging borders here with this.
Hopefully he doesn't get captured by ice before that or something and shipped
Does
off.
it work like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, anybody who's coming in from out of the
and
United
it's cold in
States.
Canada, so they're gonna know.
They already
Right.
have ice in Canada. That makes sense.
Dude.
Well, minus
Well,
one.
there was a comedian from Canada,
They're
but
still national.
yeah.
Let's take that international tag off.
I actually, this Chris Jones guy sent me some flyers. He's just been spamming me all week. He's been
Ew,
throwing
gross.
I
stuff
think
at
he
me.
spams you. You should see what he does to us.
Terrible. So yeah, here's some of the shows that you guys are on. Well, at least your faces are on the flyers, so I assume you guys are on these.
Yes.
Coming up at the NEPA Comedy Fest. So the first ever NEPA Comedy Fest features over 50 comedians with 16 shows at 6 different venues in Stroudsburg on Friday, October 3rd through Sunday, October 5th. Tickets are on sale now at nepacomedyfest.org. And then you guys are performing in how many different shows of all of the 16? Do you even know?
A lot. I think it's 5 for me.
Okay.
Probably 4 or 5. I genuinely don't know. I'm just excited to be around so much comedy all weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, and whatever shows we're not on, we're going to be at, working the door, standing in the back, helping check people in and whatnot. We're going to be busy. You can see us all over Stroudsburg.
Yeah. We'll be spectating a lot of comedy.
Yeah, I do spectate comedy occasionally. This weekend is my exception to do that.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. Anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, I do want to point out, it does look like Ryan drank at least one more juice box than Chris did beers here. I think we have a new beverage record on the podcast.
Let the record show that I came in here unprompted, brought my own beverages, and I really made it. I welcomed everybody.
Humble and generous. Whoa.
Whoa!
Even R2 is celebrating.
Yay.
Hey, thank you so much, R2. And thank you, Rich, for letting us talk. Whoa!
Oh, now he's getting me.
You're making a mess, R2.
There's juice everywhere.
dirty
It's crazy we got through that
Borg.
whole fight and none of the juice moved at all. But we really...
The table was fine.
Gotta respect the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything that's off camera is wrecked.
Yes.
This room is destroyed. That fire's still burning over there. It caught back up.
Yeah,
I don't know why we're still sitting here while that's burning.
It's
Comedy.
crazy. It seems
Comedy.
unsafe. Yeah. But yes, thank you, Rich, for letting us talk about local comedy. You're such a sweetheart, and you always support us in all the comedy things, so I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I like I said before, I have so much respect for what you guys do, and I know how difficult it is to get people to laugh, especially at the V-Spot for some reason.
No.
I'm telling you, man, the tide's changing at that place. We've had some good sets recently.
I agree.
And it's like one of those
It
things
has
where I don't want to
changed.
burst the bubble. I don't want to keep coming back and
Yes.
like have that rude awakening. But it hasn't been bad.
That's true.
It has not been bad.
Yeah.
The last 2 times I went
Respect
and
to you
felt good
guys, V-Spot.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, great. I love the V-Spot. I love everybody there, and I just wish the worst bombs of my life were not in there. Oh my god! You could hear the level of volume go up from joke to joke to joke.
Literally.
You could feel the moment when you lose somebody immediately. It's good though. All the comics around here, you need to go to the V-Spot. I'm telling you, it will make you a better
It will
comic.
make you better, honestly.
I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
Well, I think from the beginning, it's all been about building the audience there to the point where they are accepting and they're interested in those things. I think a lot of people do come there now on Tuesdays because of that. And the people who don't like that kind of stuff on Tuesdays, that just want to drink themselves to death on a weekday, maybe find another bar to do that if they're, not into all of this craziness that goes on that stage.
True.
Who wouldn't be, though? It's always a good
Honest to
time.
God,
You really never
it
know
is.
what you're going to see there. I've seen some of the craziest acts there. I'm sure in your time you've seen everything
Truly
twice,
everything.
2
Pretty
or 3
much.
times.
Truly everything.
Yeah. Occasionally I still get pleasantly surprised by something new coming.
That's the allure. That's the magic.
It is, and it's every Tuesday. So, NEPA Scene open mic Tuesday nights.
Check it out, folks.
Yeah. And make sure that you go to the Comedy Fest because it's so important, especially with a first-time event like this. We want to see stuff like this happen in the future. That only happens if you guys go out and support. So please do that. I mean, these poor, hungry comedians really need your money at the door. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, they will starve.
I already starve.
We won't go thirsty, though.
Yeah, we're well hydrated over here.
Hi, C, please call me. I just want some sort of tiny little gift bag to make myself feel good.
This guy's like a water balloon full of your product
I am
right
going
now.
to piss orange.
You ever put a dent in porcelain?
I don't know if you could see the sweat that's beading off of my body right now, but I need to pee.
All right, well, then we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the show, please like, share, comment, do all the good algorithm things so that we can reach more people. And we will see you here next Wednesday for another NEPA Scene Podcast. Have a good night, everybody.
Sick.
We did it.